Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It's Saturday, July the 15th, 2023. I have with me the energy of a group called The Ascended, and they wanted to talk about the concept that silence will save you. It's funny, I was washing the car when they came in and said, I had a limited amount of time to wash the car, so I'm washing away, and all of a sudden they said, stop thinking about how much time that you have to do this. Be in silence. So I did. I quieted my mind down and I just put my full attention. I was just washing the car. I didn't think about anything else, just about what was right in front of me. And they said, people need to understand that without silence, you cannot know yourself, who you truly are. The noises and distractions of your mind will keep you bound by the information, the knowledge and experiences you've acquired here, but they do not loan themselves, the thoughts, the memories, the emotions of your mind do not loan themselves to you really knowing who you are as a spiritual consciousness, as a soul, as a son of an infinite, all-loving intelligence that gave you life. So silence will save you. This is very important. And you go into a very busy nightclub or you're out in a very event and there's a lot of people around, there's a bunch of noise going on. And there's all this noise and you can't really hear anything. And they said, that's distraction. They said, your mind is like a crowded room. Most of you have a mind like a crowded room that you do not understand how to quiet your mind down, and yet it's very simple. And yet it's extremely important that you understand how to do this. I'm going to put something up on the screen here for those of you that are on YouTube and Facebook. You will clearly see this. For those of you on TikTok, I will read this to you. While you're listening here, get your body, because this is part of the process of teaching your mind to be silent. When you were born as an infant, when you were first born into the body, when your body was first conceived, there was no thinking mind there. All throughout the gestation period, that is the time the body was being formed for you. Remember, your body was made for you. The body you're in was made for you. Please be clear on that. The body that you have was made for you because you needed that particular body. Throughout your gestation period of that body getting prepared for you and the moment after it was born into this world, there was no thinking mind. There was no analysis. There was no identity of who you think you are right now. And there was nothing. No thoughts, no memories, no emotions in the mind-body system that you had at that time. The silence was just this immense, endless silence. You were so connected to it, you didn't need anything else. But the world began to pour information into your mind through your 5 physical senses. That information began to register on the biology. And through the experiences of the body learned to avoid certain things and experience certain things. But as this information went in, your attention went from this infinite silence to this information. Your name, whether it's Jennifer or John or Mary Lou or Bob. Your full attention went to the information that was being given to you. And your awareness collapsed from this infinite expanse to this finite point of being called your personality. And that ended your silence. As you got more and more information into your mind, more and more experience through your body, your awareness went from an expanded state to a finite state. You got lost in matter, you got lost in mind, you got lost in the personalized identity. Well, they said to me this morning, said the goal of losing yourself to find yourself is the recognition that your consciousness is not dependent. Your awareness is not dependent. Your biology is not dependent on the personality construct that you have. But your life and your awareness are dependent on your ability to cultivate self-awareness as something that's independent from your mind and body. That can only be done by learning how to reestablish the silence in your mind, into which you can place in the space of that silence what is of value and use to you. And so for those of you that are watching, sit your body down, put it in a position where it's going to be comfortable for the next 15 or 20 minutes. And as you sit your body down, you get it comfortable, all we're asking you to do is two things. Because without these two things, you cannot restore silence to your mind. You're captured by memory, emotion, anticipation. That's what your personality is based upon the past and the future. Your body is based in the present, but your body will accept what you hold in your mind as real, whether it's future or the past. Your body will respond and react to information in your mind as if it's real right now. Doesn't matter if you're remembering your 7th birthday and the way the candles blew out, or your first kiss, or your first movie. Your mind and your body will perceive everything as if it's happening right now. It interprets memory and your concerns about the future as if they're real. Your body can't make that distinction between fantasy and reality. It does not have that capability because it's an instinctual mechanism. But you as a soul are independent of and authoritative over the body. So in training your body to breathe slowly and deeply, it's very simple. Just take a slow, deep breath in. Hold the breath. 3 seconds and release. And exhale through the mouth. In through the nose. Hold for 3 seconds. Out through the mouth. And as you exhale, what you do is you give your body permission to relax. Because the roles are confused. So by giving your body permission to relax, you're taking the body and you're putting into a state, by breathing this way, you're putting your body into a state of open receptivity to your awareness. So you continue to breathe, letting all the muscles in your body relax. And this must be done consciously. You must do this deliberately, that on each exhale, you're letting the face muscles relax. You're letting the shoulder and neck muscles relax. With each breath you exhale, you're giving all the muscles, nerves, organs, and glands in your body permission to relax as you exhale. What's really fascinating about the exhale is that when you exhale, it automatically releases tension from the body. So it makes it really easy when you're concentrating and saying, relax the face as you exhale. Relax the neck and shoulders as you exhale. It signals the body very specific behavior that you want it to do, and it will follow your instructions. That's step one. So you continue to breathe, and as you're breathing, give your body permission to relax. Go through every muscle. If any tension or any itches or any discomfort appear, just use your breath, breathe in, and allow that body part to relax or that tension to leave as you exhale. Remember, the body is used to having to manage the world for you, right? You have to take authority over it. So with each exhale, let the body relax more and more. And I can assure you, you're more than capable of doing this breathing and listening to everything that is being said and telling your body to relax. You are capable. You are a multidimensional being. The body is not the source of your identity. It's an instrument that you use. So with each exhale, allow your body to relax a little bit more and a little bit more on the exhale. And as it continues to do that, there's going to come a point, for some of you, you might think you're going to fall asleep, but at the very least, your body's going to go into a very open, relaxed, and receptive state. And this is very important because when you were first born into that body, your body was in a very relaxed and open state of awareness. It was just open and aware. It couldn't walk, it couldn't talk, it couldn't even wave its hands around very much. Barely any movement, or a little bit of crying from the body. The body was open and receptive to all the information coming in through the 5 physical senses. And so in using this breathing and restoring your body to this place where it is open and receptive to your awareness, you're essentially placing the body in a position where it can now receive commands and new directions from you and you exclusively. Getting your body into this state is for your benefit so that you can begin to teach your mind and body ways of functioning different for you than the way they may currently be functioning right now. A lot of emotional distress, anxiety, depression can be eliminated by teaching your body just how to relax. You'll be amazed as long as you continue to apply the breath. And each time an emotion comes up or a memory comes up or a thought comes up, you just use your breath. And you release. Release the thought, release the emotion, release the memory, release the anticipation with your breath. The more you apply this, the more it teaches your body how to do this. Just like your mom and your dad and your environment taught your body how to walk and how to talk and how to hold a fork or a spoon, you are now in a position to assume that authority over your body, to retrain it to function for you and to serve you in the way that will best do so. That is step one, getting the body into a state where it's simply open and receptive to your awareness. So just continue to breathe slowly and deeply. You can still hear all these words and follow these instructions with ease and to not be distracted from the process of deliberately giving your body permission to relax. You are a multidimensional being. You live in the body, you live in the mind, you live in energy, you live in spirit. And you can function on all those realms simultaneously. So as you continue to let the body relax, as it gets more and more settled, some of you may already notice that the emotions and concerns and fears begin to start to subside, because now you're asserting an authority over your body that normally you let the environment assert. Usually somebody tells you what to say, what you're going to do, what you're going to think, when you should do it, how you're going to do it. Most people live their lives that way. Don't even realize they're living their lives that way. They're living what they've been told to live, not how they came here to live. So as the body gets more and more relaxed, remember you can use your breath to give organs permission to relax. Nerves, glands, muscles, bones, even the marrow in your bones. You can give the entire body, all the molecules, permission to relax as you exhale. Always on the exhale, it's easiest to instruct the body to release and to relax. And you let that process continue. And the second step is this. Because understand, silence will save you. The noise in your mind will not save you. Silence will save you. In silence, you can think. In silence, you can create. In silence, you can choose. And so the second step is you look at the thoughts going on in your mind. You look at the memories and the emotions there. Just observe them. Don't get caught up in them. You can look at the concerns you have about your future. Just observe them. And then you're going to use the exact same process. Look at the thoughts, the memories, the emotions, and you're going to imagine that you can breathe your breath into the space of your mind where all your thoughts, all your memories, all your emotions, all your future concerns, where they reside. You know where they are inside you. I know you know where they are, and you know where they are. So you want to breathe into that space. And as you exhale, you want to give those thoughts, those memories, those emotions, those concerns permission to be still as you exhale. So you breathe in. And as you exhale, you're releasing thoughts, memories, emotions, future concerns. As you exhale, you're giving your mind permission to be still as you exhale. And so now each subsequent breath, you're giving the mind, the memories, the thoughts, the emotions, the concerns, permission to be still and quiet for a little while. You, through your breath, are giving your mind, your memories, your emotions, your future concerns, permission to be still, to be quiet for a little while. And you gently use your breath. You don't try to force it. You just use your breath. I release you. I release you. I release you. You release thoughts. You release memories. You release emotions. You release future concerns with your breath. What you're doing by doing this is you're training and instructing your mind and your body the exact same way that your environment trained and instructed your body when you were first born into this physical world. You are now taking the role of the authority over your mind and body. And for some of you who are dealing with very strong, intense emotions or past memories that have a lot of charged negative energy to them, it doesn't matter. If you stay persistent in the process of breathing and releasing thought, releasing memory, releasing emotion from your mind, releasing tensions, releasing distractions, disturbances from the body, and just giving the body, giving the mind, through the use of your breath, permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, releasing the tensions from the body, releasing the distractions, pulling your attention from the world, and releasing thoughts, analysis, memory, emotion, and future concerns from your awareness as you exhale. And as you're conscious and persistent and gentle in this, as you exhale, the body will naturally continue to relax more. As you give your mind, your memories, your emotions permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful as you exhale. So it's be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And each exhale, you give it more permission and more permission to be still, to be quiet. Some of you that are very diligent in your focus on this will notice that your body might begin to tingle and have sensations of relaxation, but you'll feel the energy of the body begin to change. As the mind and body begin to quiet down, the energy that's been bound by your memories, your emotions, and the tensions that you've been holding on to suddenly begins to become liberated from where it's been stuck in your body and captured in your mind. And as you continue to allow your mind and your body to be quiet, calm, peaceful with each breath, remember, the exhale is your most powerful assertion over your mind and body without being aggressive. So you're simply breathing and releasing. And each breath in and the exhale, releasing thoughts, memories, emotions, tensions, distractions, just releasing them. Just being present here with us now. Just being present through the use of your breath, hearing our words, following our instructions, and feeling the new sensations that begin to emerge as your mind and body are given permission by you to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You're restoring yourself. You are restoring yourself to yourself as the mind and body become quieter, calmer, and more peaceful through the gentle assertion of your breath. You'll begin to feel a different sense of being than the one that you may be most familiar with in your day-to-day life. As you gain experience and familiarity with the change in how you experience your mind and body through this function of breath, as you gain more experience with this, you'll begin to what we call awaken. You'll begin this process of remembering that you are a soul, remembering that you are not your mind, you are not your body, you are a soul, an awareness that is creative by nature, that has the capacity to evaluate and examine information in a very unique and distinct way than your mind and body may currently allow you. The place of silence is where you can step away from memory, emotion, thought, to re-experience the true nature of what you are as a spiritual entity. As one of your great teachers, the Buddha, would say, be still. In the stillness you will hear. It is the sound of one hand clapping. But that place of restoring your mind and body to that condition where they are now open and receptive to your influence over them becomes very vital, in that you can begin to insert ideas and information into your mind that passes your evaluation of what is good. And you can begin to now make and remodel your mind and body very differently than the world has instructed you to be. Many of you believe that you are thinking independently and are simply following what the world is telling you to follow without even realizing that is the case. And a simple way of understanding that this is true is if you are feeling anxious and depressed and confused, it is because you are distracted from who you are. You are caught up and impacted by the information, the concepts, and the ideations that this world has impressed upon the fabric of your consciousness without your fully evaluating or analyzing their value and worth to you. But as you continue to Gently assert your breath to keep your body and your mind into a place of open receptivity. You're training your mind and body into a place of open receptivity where you can begin to teach your mind and body to be the new you, the soul that is you, to remember who you are, that you are a function of life, a function of love, a function of curiosity and creativity, a function of compassion and kindness, a function of patience and perseverance. Your soul is very different in how it can influence your mind and body than the way the world or the others around you have influenced your mind and body into the condition that you have been currently experiencing it. These distinctions become very important, but most importantly, when you restore your awareness to silence, both mind and body begin a process of spontaneous correction. Much the same way as if you have a cut and you allow the cut to heal, it will heal. When you give your mind and body rest from memory and thought and emotion and concerns, when you give your mind and body rest from those, the process of restorative consciousness begins to unfold. You begin to restore your mind and body to a state that's going to be more useful to you. And a question we have been given many times is, can healing of the body occur in the silence? And our answer is unequivocally, absolutely yes. When your body is in a state where its resources are not restricted to fear or anger or guilt or shame or wondering about your future, when your resources of consciousness are not deflected away from well-being, peace, calmness, then the healing process is far more spontaneous and effective, even miraculous, if you are able to completely liberate your mind and body from the idea that there's something wrong with them. If you can completely liberate those ideas from your mind and body, which this place of silence will spontaneously do, then you'll begin to experience what we call spontaneous healing, where there is nothing to interfere in what your mind is doing to your body or what the world is doing to your mind. You have an authority. Silence will save you. Silence will save you. It will restore you. It will restore both mind and body. And there are but these simple two steps, if properly practiced, can return you to that place where you can say to the body, this is my temple. I cherish and love this body. Where communication between your body and your mind and you become healthy again. Because your body will tell you if what you are eating or what you are drinking is good for it or not. If you are in a body that is diseased or suffering, then it is telling you in the language that it understands that something is wrong, and you simply have not learned how to listen and pay attention. So this place of silence gives you a chance to listen to your pancreas saying, you need to eat this so that I can be properly producing the right amounts of insulin. Or you may liberate an idea from your kidneys that will allow them to function very differently than the thoughts and emotional stresses and the substance that you put into your body. Your body will tell you very clearly if something is not right. Then it is your duty, not the body's duty, to then give the body what it actually needs to be the proper caretaker over your body, to not defer the responsibility of your own creative capacity over your well-being. And unfortunately, you have created an environmental condition in this world, at least, where many of you have become wholly, and some of you partially dependent upon something outside of yourself to be the source of understanding and communication for a body that you intimately live within. You're intimately connected to your body as no other in this world can be. Not even the greatest surgeon or the greatest doctor can have a better, more intimate relationship with your body than you can. If you understand the communication apparatus of your body, you can sense very quickly that there are certain things that you put into it that it does not like, and it will tell you almost immediately. And there's certain things you will put in the body that it loves. It's very good for it. Not something that is fascinating because this overstimulation of your senses overrides your good reason or ignores the needs of your body effectively. The same is true for your mind in the place of silence, being able to return your mind to a place of silence, where you're not distracted by what she said or he said or what you remember or what may happen. When those distractions are not occurring, there are resources of energy that become liberated for you to utilize, to apply to your body, to apply creatively to your world, to begin to consider possibilities of what are natural to you. What is your natural expression as a soul here? Not what your parents or your educators have told you that you can be or you should be or you must be. You came here with a clearly defined purpose that is for you to discover and reveal through your experience of this world. We came to this one very simply today to remind you that this place of silence will save you. It is where you surrender the world. You surrender the world in silence. Where you acquired the world from the moment that body was born into. You acquired the world in the form of your personality and your beliefs and your ideas and your experiences. You created and gathered a personality that is the weight of the world in your mind. And you now need to liberate yourself from the weight of the world, to be free of the world, to not gain the world and lose your soul, but to lose the world and gain your soul, to reawaken, to liberate yourself from that which enslaves you to the illusion that you are somehow less than what you actually are. Silence will save you. Silence will save you. We would also add to that learning to be mindful of what you will allow in terms of thoughts and ideas and information in your mind can also save you, and it can also harm you. But only from a place of proper awareness and discernment can you say, this thought is a thought that is good and right and just. And this thought is a thought that is not good and right and just. You learn to make those distinctions from awareness, not from what you remember, what you've been taught. They tend to prejudice you from knowing the truth of what is actually true. Much of what you've been told about life from this world is false. In fact, the great majority of it is. It may be true in its application from certain perspectives, but the vast majority of what you've been taught to believe about who you are is not quite true. But what we can say of a truth is that you are a spiritual entity. You are a soul, a spirit of universal light. That you came into this physical world to learn the function of creation through the use of energy, idea, and matter, and how you utilize those elements to produce effects that you experience on a daily basis. But these two simple steps, the breath, in to release tensions of the body, to allow the body to relax, and the step of using the breath to liberate thoughts and memories and emotions and concerns from your mind, restore you to the silence. In the silence, you can truly begin to learn the skill of thinking and reasoning, as opposed to remembering and reproducing what you remember. And so the experience that you have repeatedly, why this again and why this again, these will come to an end when you return to the silence, for you'll be able to discern the patterns that you have learned from this world, the ideas, the information, the behaviors that you've learned from this world that may be inhibiting you from fulfilling what you came here to fulfill as a creative individual. And our goal is very simple. And there are many of us here. We are not the only ones here. There are many of us here to aid you in the journey of awakening, ascension, freedom, liberation. Do not think that you are alone on this journey, but it makes it difficult for some of you to hear us when you have a mind that is too busy and noisy to hear, distracted by your senses, seduced by your body and its intoxication with pleasure. And we are not saying that pleasure is not good, but there is what is reasonable and what is distracting, and you need to learn the difference between the two, because your suffering is not as necessary as you think it is. But you can call on us, the Ascended, and others, your masters, your teachers, your guides, and your angels. You can call on us, and we will respond to you. As those you are here hearing these words have called this information forth, and you are receiving it. You think you did not ask, but you did. And we are grateful that you did. For our purpose is truth. Our purpose is information. Our purpose is love, freedom, compassion, and kindness, and many other things that may be conceptually unavailable if you live in fear. Much of what we do, who we are, is not available if you live in fear. You must learn how to surrender your fear. But understand that we are grateful to be here. This simple act of the breath, do not underestimate the power and authority that you have in utilizing the function of your body's breath. How much authority and power that gives you to re-instruct, to reset your mind and body to a state of consciousness over which you can assert your soul's authority, to cease deferring the authority over your own life to your leaders and your environmental conditions and circumstances, but to become the unique you that came here to bring forth an offering of your creativity to this world. Because that's what you came here to do. Did you not come here to give something special to the world? You all know this. You came here to give something very special to the world. You all know this, and you think you have lost it or you have not found it, and we would say to you, you have never lost it. So how can something that is not lost be found? The silence. The silence. It is in the silence that you will rediscover why you are here. You will remember yourself in the silence, but you cannot remember yourself believing you are something other than what you are. If you think that the personality that you've been gifted by this world is sufficient to liberate you from your suffering, then you would be very happy right now, all of you. If what the world has given you in terms of knowledge and understanding was sufficient in itself, you would be fulfilled right now. And so that fulfillment must come from within you. The wisdom and the knowledge and the truth that you seek is within you. It is not within what you've been taught. It is not within the boundaries of the little personality you've been given. It is within you. And the simple function of your breath is the key mechanism for reestablishing and reawakening yourself to the identity that you've had for many, many lifetimes, and the identity that is not the one you've been given by the world. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the Ascended for being present with us today. Very exciting morning. Things you learn, they come to me in car washes, sometimes in showers and baths, sometimes walking down the street, though. Beings will come to me and they'll just start talking to me about ideas. And it's really fascinating that when you open a part of your mind up, you get yourself out of the way, you get who you've been taught to think you are out of the way enough, you can start to actually hear your guides and your angels. And most people have been taught that what's going on in their thinking mind, but what I remember, what's going to happen, that's more real than who you are. You know, that's not true. Anyway, I'm so grateful for the Ascended for being present with us today. I won't be on too much more because I've got some adventures to go on today, but I will take a couple of questions before I head out. And please, for those of you that are here, use your breath. Use your breath as this instrument. Please, use your breath as an instrument to retrain your mind and body back into a state where you can retrain your mind and body, where you can teach your mind and body the things that really matter to you, instead of following the programming, the information, the conditioning you've been given by the world. I've been very fortunate to have the wisdom and knowledge of these beings to flow through me. And I'm really grateful that they teach the courses and classes that we have created the space online to do. And I encourage you to go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Check out our upcoming Masterclass 102 on liberation, liberating yourself from your mind and your body and restoring yourself to your soul. It begins next Saturday. You got a whole week to register. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You did not come to this world to suffer. You came to this world to create. You are a function of love and a function of light. You came here to create. Let's see what we got in terms of questions here. Good morning. I took that down already. Okay. Am I giving free readings? I'll take questions and answers here. But if you want a full-on reading, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can book a reading there. There's half-hour readings. There's 1-hour readings. If you only want 1 or 2 questions answered, and you want the questions answered privately and personally, you can go to my bio on my Linktree link on both either TikTok or YouTube. Click my Linktree link, and you can ask a single question privately. But if you're online right now, ask your question. I'll take 3 or 4 questions right now because I have to head out very soon. But I'll take 3 or 4 questions from TikTok and YouTube, and then we'll head out. But yeah, you can book a reading or you can ask a single question. There's some things going to be happening very soon. Someone's asking, will I meet my biological mother? I'm being told to tell you yes, Suzanne. Yes, you will meet her. It's going to be a very interesting thing. You will. My marriage, where is it at? Somebody's asking where my marriage is at. Where's your marriage at? You have to understand the function of love, both of you, very differently. You need to understand your function of love very differently. You see, when you get religion into the conceptions of what love is, it can make love very confusing. Or if you get what society says about what love is, it can be very confusing. And the roles of men and women have become very blurred in these last 30 or 40 years. But for you personally, communication is going to be very important. Loving communication. Say less and hear more, sir. Say less and hear more. Say less and hear more. That's what I'm being told to tell you specifically. Say less and hear more. Thank you, Earth Angel. Really appreciate that. Powerful message it is. Yeah, I like it. I'm listening this morning on my Jeep radio on my way to Canadian Tire. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too, Michelle. Thank you so much. Laura's asking, am I to continue the path with very specific situation I'm working through at this time? Only if you're going to let go of the uncertainty around it. You have to have a clear outcome for yourself. That your outcome has to be clear. This is why the uncertainty has been happening. You need to get really clear on what will the outcome be, not what it might be, what it will be. You're a divine entity. Yes, I will. They're just saying you must be very clear on the outcome. That is why you've got uncertainty. Your outcome must be clear. Yes, I understand. They're saying when you get clear on the outcome and you are unwavering, then you'll be very clear in understanding of what actions lead to that outcome and which actions will not lead to that outcome. This distinction becomes very important for you. To know your outcome, you will know the actions that will lead to it and the actions which will not. The words, the deeds that will take you there will be very clear. It will be easy to recognize these things. But your outcome must be clear to understand the immediacy of your actions and their influence towards the outcome or their influence away from the outcome. Be very clear on this. Wow. Great question. I just saw something I wanted. This is interesting. How my thoughts are aligning. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Any Karen's asking any message from my husband. Oh honey, I love you. Just oh honey, I love you. Just oh honey, I love you. Please be happy. Like he really, like from his heart to your heart, his greatest love is for you to be happy. That's his greatest love for you now, for you to be happy. Yes. Yes. Love. Yeah. Do not deny your love. Do not deny your love here. Yes. He said, I hope he said, I hope that I left a big enough space for you to allow somebody else to come into it. He wants you to know that. He hopes that he's left a big enough space for you to allow somebody else to come into it. Wow. Yes. Wow. He's also saying, if she's away, tell her if he's yeah. Sorry, he's excited. He just wants me to say to you, let yourself be open to love. Do not be closed. Do not be afraid of losing love. You can never lose it. Yeah. Like this thing of being really, he wants you to be so open. It will come really quickly for you. The love you're seeking will come very, very quickly for you. Let's see here. Here we go here. We got one more question here on TikTok. Someone saying, William, I don't normally ask, just feel it today, but would there be a message for me, please, and thank you. Hello, Raffer. Yes, you need to surrender the anxiousness. You keep fearing your future. They're telling you, you got to stop being afraid of your future. You need to surrender your fear of your future, please. Just use what they said. Use the breathing technique they gave us. Like breathe, release your anxiety from your body, release the thoughts from the mind, restore yourself to silence, and you'll start to feel that will invite a new energy in. When you get your mind and body out of the way, the displacement of the distraction of your mind and body will leave room for you to bring in something new into your life. But use that process they gave you. Please. Oh, Polly, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Did I hear someone call me earlier? Plus, I keep getting tingling below my left shoulder. What is this, please? You got Archangel Michael's been Archangel Michael's been tickling on the back behind the shoulder. He says you gotta train. He said something about turning right. Turning right. I don't know what he means, but he's saying turn right. You got to make the right turn. You got to make the right turn. So whatever you're approaching something new in your life right now, make certain you move in the right direction. Evaluate it carefully. He says you know what it is. You know what the right direction is. You've just been reluctant to do it. You've been afraid to make this right move, even though you know it's the right move. He says stop being so reluctant. He's going to keep trying to get you to make this move, right? But make sure you do. Don't delay it anymore. Don't delay it anymore, Polly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Here we go. Last question. Here we go. Oh, hi, Leslie. It's all good, darling. Yeah, he loves you very much. Leave room for it. Leave room for it. He really wants you to be loved. Found out my mom has a lung disease yesterday. Went out to ground and it helped with my emotions. You teach your mom to breathe and fall in love with her breath. Teach your mother to fall in love with her breath. The lungs will heal. Yeah, they're telling me that she's been carrying a lot of resentment for a long, long time. She's got to let that resentment go. She's been keeping it in the lungs, holding it in. She needs to let that go. Please tell her to let it go. Teach her this form of breathing that they talked about earlier. I want to thank everybody for coming by today. I want to thank the Ascended for being present. I want to thank Archangel Michael for coming in. That was really sweet. I want to thank that lady's husband for coming in with all that excitement and energy. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And remember, you've got 1 week left to register for Masterclass 102 Liberation. This is where you can liberate your thoughts, your memories, and emotions from being the dominant force in your life. You want to be able to create independent of them. You want to liberate yourself from your suffering. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, everybody. Bye for now.